Hello! Today's video is about my favorite topic, trekking! Last year I went on a Annapurna circuit trek by myself. No porter, no guide, no concrete plans, and I was just there for 14 days. I had an amazing experience. Therefore, I'd like to share my experience with you, some tips, some information that might be useful to people who are planning to travel and people who are not planning to travel. If you're just watching for fun, then here you go. This video is going to be in 5 parts. First part, I'm going to explain to you about my background, my nationality, where I was before trekking, my physical fitness, things like that. It is important, that's why I want to tell you. Second part is going to be about the essentials, must-haves and optional items. Thirdly, about the itinerary that I followed. Fourth, about the budget for a broke person like me is very, very important. And fifth part is about tips, things that I learned and might be useful for you. Here we go. Hope you enjoy.
While I'm explaining to you a few details, you can see in the form of these pictures how my everyday was like. Let me start with my nationality. My nationality is Nepalese. For Nepalese, you don't need the permit to travel. For foreigners, you will have to get the permit. I don't know if you can get it on the route, but you'll have to get the permit before you travel. Where was I before trekking? I mostly lived in Bangalore, and the altitude from the sea level is not very high in Bangalore, and I was not used to cold climate. I lived in Bangalore for almost like 8 to 9 years. Luckily, before I went on this trek, 1 week before I had come back from China, and I had traveled in the northern side of China, and it was really cold. Because of that, I was a little bit used to cold climate, and in Nepal, in this route, in the month of March, it was pretty cold. What about my previous trekking experience? I did not have any sort of trekking experience. I had like very, simple treks in Bangalore. We would go to some hills, but not a trek for so many days like this. It would be just a hike, a day hike or something I had done, but I had never done something like this before. What about my fitness level? I had no physical fitness whatsoever. I had not exercised, nothing. And I regret people who want to do this kind of trek. I suggest you to have some kind of fitness level for at least few months before you start. Why Annapurna circuit? On top of that, why solo? Okay, I grew up in a conservative family where I wasn't allowed to go to my friend's house for sleepover. Forget about traveling. I always had interest in traveling though. After leaving Nepal and going to Bangalore for studies, I traveled in India a lot. People would talk about Nepal and its beauty, but the tragedy was I had not seen anything out of Kathmandu Valley in Nepal. Me and my friends, we made a lot of plans about trekking in Nepal, but it remained only plans. It never got executed. This time I was in Nepal, I had taken break from work, had saved some money. I only didn't have company. But just few weeks ago before this trek, one of my relatives was diagnosed with cancer, and doctor told that he had barely 3 months to live, which made me realize that how little time we have in life and how busy we keep planning things, but we never happen to do it. I felt this is the time for me, and that's how I happened to go by myself. About the essentials that I carried, you can pretty much see in the picture everything that I carried except for the mid-layer jacket, which is missing over there. And I have listed all the must-haves and the optional items in the description below. You can check it out. Talking about my itinerary, I did not have any fixed itinerary. I had bought a map. I thought to follow the itinerary mentioned in the map. But I happened to meet fellow travelers and I followed their itinerary. It basically started day 1 Kathmandu to Nadi bus ride, day 2 to day 10 complete walk till Muktinath, day 11 Muktinath to Pokhara bus ride, day 12 take rest, day 13 night I started from Pokhara to Kathmandu night bus ride, and day 14 morning I reached Kathmandu. That's it. Coming to budget, this was the most surprising part to me. I thought it was going to be really, really expensive, but I happened to spend only Nepalese rupees 16,000 rupees, half of which I spent during the trek, and remaining half I spent for the bus ride and the expenses in Pokhara. These expenses, of course, does not include any shopping. I have around 14 tips for people who are interested in doing this trek. It might be too long and boring if I start telling it. Instead, I have mentioned all of it in the description below. You can check it out. Mainly, I want to say if you are Nepalese, you don't need a permit, which means it's a good thing and a bad thing as well. Good thing is you don't have to pay money for the permit. Bad thing is, which means nobody will ever know where were you or about your whereabouts, because there is no checking, nothing for Nepalese. My suggestion is please inform someone once in a while where are you located, so that in case of emergency somebody can send you help or trace you. Lastly, take your time, have lots of fun and enjoy your journey.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you say.
Few videos that I had taken during my travel. It will start now.
बादल फाट्यो पुराठै दिन आयो खुसीका दिन गयो कि झैँ लायो लमजुङ तुर्लुङको सररर हावा चल्यो लाँकुरीको बोट
लगाउनुस् रेकर्ड।
एयरपोर्टको खेती हो नक्कल पार्न पर्दैन, हामी जस्तो जड्या केटा खोजेर तिमीले पाउँदैन, कतिबेले लसु लसु।
अघि न गोर्खाली केटा भन्नुभएको होइन, लिरिक्स त चेन्ज हुँदो रहेछ त जतिखेर नि। This is today's way. That peak is called Tilicho Peak. We will be there, I think, in another 3 or 4 days. And that's called Pisang Mountain. We came from base of that mountain by walk and still walking. Today we climbed from bottom of this hill, and I'm here right now. That's the place we are going, and this is the way. This is the way. We came from the bottom, almost close to that lake we are staying, and we climbed this hill to go up there. There is a monastery up. Look at the view. That's a mountain called Annapurna.
फोटो राम्रोसँग मलाई अहिले सार दिनुपर्छ है।
हस्। अनि दाइहरू त्यही हुनुहुन्छ हैन?
दाइहरू छैन त्यता अहिले। त्यसले मान्छे सान्छे खलात खुलुत भ्याउँछ। हो त्यस गरी भ्याउने हो मान्छे भ्याउने भने। त्यही भएर मैले तपाईँहरूलाई त्यही भन्छु। म तलै तलै कत्रोलाई आए पहिरो।
अनि दाइहरू कता हो? We came from that way and we are going here. It's like this. It's really difficult to walk here like this. It's all over. Today is day today is day 8 or sorry, I think today is day 9 and this is the video for today. This is a scary way to walk. Okay, let me go. Bye. Tunisi came from this way like this. Oh my god. And yet to go up. Have to cross that mountain and go behind it tonight. So tired. Today, day 10, we are going to this place called Thorong Pass. This is the toughest day of our journey and I think almost 40 to 45% is done. This is on the way. This is the path. Tuni! We reached the peak and we are going down now. I'm so happy! See, after 3 or 4 hours, we will reach at the lower place and we will get jeep.
You know